Welcome to the Scheuneman Show, episode 24. We're back like we never left. What the fuck is good, Marquise? How's your week been?
It's been a little shabby.
A little shabby.
No, actually, I've been having a good week. My job had a cookout, and so I got to chill with some of the coworkers, go out and get some drinks and stuff too. We played some cornhole, basketball, which I suck ass at.
Drinks might help, but I don't know. I would not want to spend more time than I need to around my work people. But you work with some cool people, so it's not that bad. But man, the podcast gods are in our favor. I pulled up to this episode already knowing that I had some shit that I wanted to talk about. Like, I've got some fucking random ass talking points that I'm pretty excited about. And then on our way here, we're going to the gas station to get a drink. And what do we see? We see these other fucking Coke flavors. So we got the next Coke creation that's like after the Pixel one, they released this one. And it's marshmallows flavor. So the DJ Marshmallow, he collabed with Coke, and he's got his what is it, strawberry watermelon?
Yeah, watermelon, strawberry,
watermelon
bro.
Coke. You got to remember it's Coke. So it's those flavors on top of like a cola flavor. But cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
We'll just break this out real quick because I wasn't even planning on this, but I mean, you never no like
Are we doing it?
Oh, fuck. You should do the I missed it already, but yeah, that sound is so nice.
You gotta give it a smell test.
Oh, that's great.
Bro, it smells really fucking good.
That's really good. It tastes kind of like gum, but it's like really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I don't even know if I can taste the cola anymore. Make sure you don't pick up the slurp that you're doing from the Coke.
I did.
But, dude, that's good. Strawberry watermelon, pick it up. It's way easier to get than the Pixel flavor, but I'm sure you noticed we're in a fucking... This may be the spot now. Probably not, but this is a nice spot. Like, we got Big Bertha over here, and the greenery. We're at Bob's.
We still need to add some additions to it.
We're in the heart of it. I mean, this is definitely a cleaner look than what we got at the crib.
We gotta add some Scheuneman to it. You know,
oh yeah, well, I was saying we should have a string going up across those walls, and we're hangs like a sign or some clothes or some of the drops that are coming soon. But that would be sick. But I don't know if I want to be bothering Dad that much. But I'm over here because I've been working. Long story short, I've been working here on the collection that's coming out in the near future, and there's just Dad, Bob, he's been helping me out with measuring some stuff because of the sheer volume of it. Like I'll tell him I need this T-shirt measured, see how big it is, or I need a piece of paper that's this size. It just helps things go quicker. So I'm over here working back where I fucking grew up, and I've been I wake up, work on it, and then do that until I go to sleep, and I just go to sleep here because it's I'm 30 minutes from my house, so I don't want to be doing that at midnight, doing that trip that's littered with state troopers. It's hottest fucking car ride of your life, and there's always watching, so I just never want to. If it's nighttime, I usually try and stay where I'm at. So I've just been working here all week, and I mean today I had to go do one of my other jobs, which I'm practically not even working any other jobs other than clothes. So I have a couple jobs that I still do, and it required me to wake up way earlier than I'd like to. So I'm kind of zapped. I'm on 3-4 hours of sleep, which
damn, dude.
It used to be fine. Back when we were kids, we'd stay up all night, then go to school, then hang out afterwards, then go to sleep. Or we would get 2-3 hours of sleep. It would suck waking up, but once you woke up, you'd be up.
Yeah.
You didn't feel so drained, but
or you get an hour and literally you just be
yeah. If I even just get 4 hours of sleep, I'm fucked up. I need to take a nap, and I hate naps. Usually they make me feel really weird and confused when I wake up.
Yeah, me too, especially in the middle of the day, and then you wake up and it's nighttime, and it's fuck, my day just went by.
Yeah, I know, because it's always like, oh, what time is it? Is it 3 in the morning or is it 6 in the evening? Fucking cords are tangled up. But anyway, fucking, oh yeah, had to check the little book. I've got a challenge for the viewers and for us. So, if we can get to 500 subscribers, 500. I'm not setting a time limit or anything. I just want 500 subscribers as fast as possible. And when we get there, I will dedicate an entire episode to the craziest story that I've ever experienced personally. Or maybe not personally, allegedly. Maybe it was me, maybe it wasn't. Anyway, it's an insane fucking story. And I've told it to quite a few people, and, like, not to pat myself on the back, but, like, people like this story. It's fucking crazy. And I could probably tell it in an hour. Like, it's a long, drawn out, detailed story. You might know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you later, but
Yeah.
these motherfuckers will earn that story when we can get up to 500. And that's a big goal considering how fucking popping we are now on YouTube. But I'm sarcastic, obviously.
What
But
are we at? Like 60?
we're like almost at 70.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
from 70 to 500, and then I will tell a crazy ass story. Like, I wouldn't do this challenge if the story wasn't worth it. Like, it's crazy. I probably shouldn't even tell it, but I will if we get to 500. So that's my challenge to you people. Spread the word, spread the good word, Jesus, the Scheuneman show, hand in hand. Tell people about Buddha and then tell them about the Scheuneman show. And then once we get popping at 500, I got a treat.
Okay.
So we got to do that. But random question, Marquise. Totally don't have this written down or anything. But what is the most evil thing a girl or a girlfriend has ever done to you? I don't think too into it, but, like, what's up there with one of the worst things that a girl?
Evil. I
Yeah.
don't. Like, in what is there like a specific like? Just
Anything.
like anything.
Anything. I mean, I could tell mine.
I mean, yeah.
This
You
is
go
one
ahead.
of them.
Let me get an idea.
I mean, there's the obvious, like, yeah, plenty of girls have taken the opportunity to cheat on me. That doesn't even really count. I'm talking like more of a special kind of evil. So, for example, one time I was dating this girl, and it was kind of like we're like in and out of dating because it was coming to an end, and, like, we would go back and forth on denying that it was about to end, but at this point I was pretty much like, yeah, this isn't healthy, we shouldn't be dating.
Yeah.
So I was on a trip in Mexico with my family that she had been invited to, but then she pulled some crazy shit, and we had gone off and on, and we were fighting a lot. So I was like, okay, well, we're not really dating anymore, so I'm just going to go on this trip myself because you also kind of fucked me over. I'm not hurt about it or anything. But anyway, so I'm in Mexico, and I come back with a gift for her. I was trying to be nice and show her that, yeah, she missed out on this because she fucked up, but she also, you're like, is that the Coke? But I was trying to be like, it's cool. I'm still thinking about you. Still thinking about you, babe. But anyway, I came home, and the gift was like this handmade special kind of bar of soap. Like, it smelled really crazy, and I got it at the store in the jungle. And
In the jungle.
yeah, this sexy lady convinced me to buy it, and I was like, okay, sure, take my money. And so I bought this bar of soap. I thought it was cool. It smelled really good. It had, like, all these cool waves in it. It looked cool. And I mean, I didn't think about how that could have been perceived, like gifting somebody a bar of soap. But apparently she hated the idea of it, and she thought it was insulting. Like, she thought it was like I was giving this to her because I thought she was dirty or something. But I didn't think of that at all because I'm stupid or something. But so I get back and I give her this bar of soap. I'm like, yeah, I got you this gift. And she was like already kind of pissed off for some reason right when I walked in the door. But then like, then when I gave it to her, she like started freaking out and like, she was like screaming at me saying like, you think I'm dirty, blah, blah, blah. And she takes the bar of soap and she chucks it at me.
Bro, you just
then
got
I'm
beat
like-
up with a bar of soap you tried
Yeah,
to
I
gift
felt like I
her.
was in the prison showers or
Oh,
something.
oh.
But she was like throwing it at me, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And I
was
walk
trying to gift you
outside
something.
back to my car to leave, and then she throws it at me again, and it's just like scraping on the ground. I was like, I had good intentions, so it felt pretty fucking evil to me. I was like, dude,
You were
you're
brokenhearted.
throwing this
Threw
shit
your-
at me.
She threw your soap you tried to gift her. Maybe.
You got anything?
So
This Coke is good, by the way.
it is really good. Dude, I was so intrigued by the story. I completely forgot to think
You're
about
good.
something, but like,
Why are all the Cokes 0 sugar? Like every single new flavor they've made except the Space Coke is 0
are
sugar.
they trying to say something?
I mean, I guess they're saying we're fat or something, but I mean, they still taste great, but like-
Honestly, I want to try it with the real cane sugar or whatever.
yeah, that's what they use in Mexico.
Yeah,
Um,
it'd be really
I think-
good.
I don't know if I was talking
But-
about this off or on the podcast, but yeah, like you can go to Coke factories and they have all the different Cokes from around the world, and you can. Colin was yelling at me because I got some of these Coke facts wrong because he used to work for Coke, so he was like
Yeah.
pulling his hair out listening to me fuck it up. But I know for a fact you can go to a Coke factory or a warehouse, whatever, and they'll have different Cokes you can try from around the world, and they all taste different because they're made with different ingredients. Mexico has the real cane sugar, and it's better. Anyway,
Dude, how many flavors do you think? Ooh, how many? I want to look that up actually. How many flavors?
yeah, look at see if we can look shit up without crashing the thingamajiggy. But dude, while you're doing that, the Amiri store, they just opened an Amiri store in Tokyo, and it's so sick.
That would actually be. That sounds
No,
sweet to
it's
have a
so
store
awesome,
in
bro.
Tokyo.
We'll put a picture of it right here, I promise. And
Oh yeah.
so it's like looks like a store, but it's like a square building, and the whole like left side going on to the right side and like the corner, it's like a glass cube on the bottom of it, so you can see through, and it's like this whole like open space that you can see through because it's like a glass building practically.
Yeah.
And in the middle of it, there's like this huge, like, I don't know, cherry blossom tree or some kind of tree. It's like purple leaves.
Ooh.
And they're falling off the tree and like blowing in the wind and everything. And it's just so sick. And it's like, dude, he took the bar of like retail stores and he was like, it's up here now. Because I don't think that may be the coolest store I've ever seen. Like, I mean,
Bro, even in the setting of being in Tokyo would be freaking sweet, bro. So I guarantee that store looks freaking wild.
exactly. So you're looking up how many Coke flavors there
Yeah,
are?
so I see. I don't really. Hold on.
My dad used to drink this. He always had Coca-Cola Diet Lime. I wasn't a fan of it.
That I don't know.
Speaking of my dad, dude,
See, like diet and stuff doesn't really bother me, but I don't know about the lime.
a lime Coke, that's kind of strange.
Yeah.
But while I've been working here, I'll be like working in the living room, and my dad just got a PS5. So he's like really getting into it way more than I thought he would have, but it's cool. And he ended up getting this new game that just came out called Stray. And it's where you play as like a cat. You're literally a kitten. There's a fucking meow button and everything. And you're doing cat shit in like a cyberpunk kind of city. But it's just so hilarious. I'm literally working on clothes and just like, working. And I just look up and he's like meowing at the screen, and like it's just so funny to see my dad getting into a cat game.
Yeah, he's actually really into it too. Actually.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's more into the Gran Turismo, but that's a whole other fucking basket of wagons or something.
He's in the cars, so I can guarantee that would be one of his favorites too. I
I
mean,
I
you
wanna
can't take your car out every day and go run the streets. So if you got a video game where you can do,
be a cat instead of a car.
I mean,
I wanna.
shit.
This kind of tastes like Pez. It tastes like a Pez that I've had for sure, but
But I can't really find a
it's fucked
straight
up.
answer. I mean, there's try all 60 varieties, but it says there's 127 flavors from the Coke Freestyle machine, which I'm not.
That's what
I'm thinking that's just all the things that Coca-Cola own.
That's probably what they're referring to because
Yeah.
there's not 100 and whatever flavors of Coke on there,
Yeah.
and that's also what gets it so weird is because there's Coke flavors that they've made and released like on its own, and then on the Freestyle machine you can pretty much make whatever Coke flavor you want,
Exactly. Yeah,
which
you can
is
switch
sick.
it up,
Like you can
so.
make Cokes that you can't get anywhere else. Like pretty sure there's like a lemon Coke
I
in
remember
there.
I used to go to this candy store when I was younger, and I used to get every single slushy flavor like mixed up, and it was
In a candy store they had
bomb.
slushies.
Yep. They had everything. They can't. Yeah, they had pizza. They had
I thought you were
pony
talking about the
dogs.
candy store that was up in Old Worthington.
Oh no! This is different part of Columbus.
That was like a cornerstone of my childhood, is going up to that candy store and getting like all kinds of candy. They had anything you can imagine. They had candy cigarettes. Which
Same.
You never see those anymore.
Yeah. They had
It-
Dude, they
such a
had
ridiculous
cigar
candy to give
bubble
kids.
gum like that was shape of cigars, and then they had the candy cigarettes, and then
I think I've seen those before. I think I've also seen like a chocolate caramel cigar where it's pretty much a Twix, but it looks like a cigar.
oh, dude, they had this other. They had multiple types. So you know of the cigarette candy. So you know the normal white little stick, the little
Yeah, it's just like sugar.
yeah, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is. But then they also had this other one where it was like a bubble gum. But you know how they covered the bubble gum in like a sugar too, or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they covered it with, or I don't
It's
know.
pretty much just a stick of sugar.
I don't know, but you could blow into it because it was like you were supposed to, and it made it look like it was smoking.
Because like the dust.
Yeah.
Oh,
like it was
that's
smoke
crazy.
coming out, and then you'd eat it and stuff.
Think about that though. Like there were guys in a candy store making candy as they do, and they're thinking like, what flavor do we need to make next? What's the next candy that these kids are gonna love? We need to get these kids on the next candy. Cigarette.
Yeah, we'll just,
Dude, how stupid. Not only are cigarettes gross, so like that whole thinking of a cigarette as a flavor or a candy is kind of gross, because if you see somebody eating a real cigarette, then that's gross. And also, like, dude, you're literally telling kids, look at these. These are cool. Try them out. Try the real version when you're older.
well, not even that, but like, I mean, you can't really buy this at a store, but think about like cocoa nugs, chocolate nugs of weed you can eat.
I mean, those are so awesome.
It's not literally.
But I
weed,
know
but
what you're saying.
Nugs of weed that are chocolate that you can eat.
I love those things. First of all, if you don't know what cocoa nugs are, it's literally chocolate. Looks exactly like weed.
Chocolate.
It looks exactly like weed. Like they did it well.
Yeah, really well.
They also make like backwoods. That's like a
Is it like a whole Twix edible?
it's
thing?
like a Twix, and the backwood, which is chocolate, literally like isn't even at the end, just like a backwood. Like it looks like, and it's filled with the green weed chocolate.
Yeah.
And the weed itself is like it tastes like a Crunch bar, but it looks like weed, and there's all types of different flavors. But it's like rice. What do they call that? Rice chocolate, or something like that. But
yeah.
anyway, I started hearing about these when I was a kid. I think I saw them in the Doobie music video. Shout out Doobie. And so I saw them in the music video. I was like, oh, dude, what? And I checked them out online. I bought some. And then I thought it would be funny if I went to school with the Cocoa Nugs, right?
Yeah.
And then the school I went to towards the end of high school, it was like a big open building, the academy. And so you could like sit down at a spot where pretty much everyone could see what you were doing if you wanted them to, or if they wanted to. So I sat in the center where everyone could see, and I had the Cocoa Nugs loose in my pocket. And so I pulled them out, and I started busting them down on a piece of paper just like weed, like I was about to roll something up. And it literally broke up a lot similar to weed. And so everybody thought, oh, Julian's lost his mind. He's breaking up weed in the middle of school, and
Pull the fire alarm. No.
they freaked out. Like there was one teacher, she walked by and she like looked at me, shook her head and laughed. And then like one teacher looked at me, raised his eyebrows. He's like, nope. And he,
Not
like,
in my school.
yeah, not here. We don't fuck with the devil's lettuce. And so everyone's like reacting and some are laughing, some are kind of freaking out. The students, my friends and shit, they were laughing, and I was just having a good time. And so I started like walking around with it, just busting it down, like, what are you guys freaking out about? And then the principal walks out and he's like, Julian, come in here. And we were kind of cool, but he's a principal. How cool can you be with him? But
Yeah.
he's like, come in here. And he brings me into his office. And I'm like, what's up? And I'm still going.
I did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I'm still just going with it. And I'm like, what's the big deal? And he's like, Julian, you can't do that. Give it to me. And he's
What?
like,
He took it?
No, he's thinking it's weed. And so I'm like, give what to you? And I pick some up and just start eating it. I'm like, you mean this chocolate? And
Wait, it was that simple though? Just give it to me. He wasn't like.
well, no, I was in his office, and he would have, if it was really weed, it would have been like, okay, give it to me.
I'm
He
calling the
sees it's
cops.
weed, and then he either kicks me out or calls the police. It wouldn't have been a simple thing. Like, he would have been pissed if it
Yeah.
was weed. But here's the thing. I show him that it's chocolate. He like kind of gives a half chuckle, and he's like, you can't be doing that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just joking around. It's
Fuck
chocolate.
it.
Like, it's just chocolate. It's like,
Anarchy. Yeah.
but I was like, it's chocolate, dude. Chill out. And he's like, I get what you're doing. I get it. But I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Oh.
And I was like, really, dude? You're going to tell me,
You might as well just suspend me. Let me have my little vacation.
I don't want to get suspended. I had already been suspended enough. But
Damn, dude.
it wasn't hitting. I didn't get any hit from it. But so he was like, yeah, I got to ask you to leave. I mean, you just made the whole school freak out, and I'm going to look like a bitch if I just let you keep going to work. And I'm like, well, you kind of still look like a bitch because you're telling me that you looking like a hard ass is more important than me learning, which is what I'm here for. And I had trouble getting there on time because I have like sleep issues. Like, I'm literally sleep tarded or whatever. So I had trouble getting to school on time. So it was like every second I was there was important, and I needed to make the most of it. So I was like, dude, why are you kicking me out? It was a joke. Like, I need to catch up.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I can't. You have to go home for the day, but you're not in trouble. You just have to leave. And
Well,
come
that
back
was
tomorrow.
easy day to get, or easy
I
way to get a
guess,
day
but-
off of school.
the more I think about it, I probably wasn't like mad that I had to leave, but it was still kind of annoying because like,
You had to wake up and go through all that just to go back home.
and also, believe it or not, I did care a little bit about school. Like, this has got me thinking. One of my favorite memories from the academy is
I'm
I
not
was-
saying it like that, but I'm just,
no,
it's
like,
always nice to get a little break from school. I guess.
oh yeah, of course. But it just got me thinking of shit that happened there. Like, one time I was working at my desk and I was talking to one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Collier. Shout out Mr. Collier. It seemed like he got like more stressed over the years and more fed up with the kids and like less cool as time progressed.
Damn.
He's still cool, but
Yeah.
did you feel that?
All
All right.
low key, I can see where you're coming from.
I could see that he was more tense as the
Yeah.
time went on. But anyway, because he was like the new teacher that had just got there. So the first year I met him was his first year in the school. So he was like fresh, like the new cadet or whatever.
Fresh meat.
So, yeah, it was fresh meat, Mr. Collier. But I was talking to him while I was working. And then I think this girl, like sitting across from me that I always hated, she had such an attitude. Like,
Damn.
so rude to me for no reason, and other people too.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking to him, and I think she said something like, can you stop talking? Like, literally, I know you don't care about your schoolwork, but some of us do. And Mr. Collier did the most G shit ever. He looked at her and he was like, What are you talking about? Hold on, let me check your progress. He's like, types on the computer. Yeah, he's ahead of you. And she just shut the fuck up.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, dude.
Shat in her
actually
fucking
work when I'm here.
Cheerios.
Dude, he really did shit in her Cheerios. Like, it was so great because I'm used to teachers like not really liking me or not having my back, but
Yeah.
there's some teachers that like really have my back when I needed it, and that was one of those times. I was like, "You're sick."
But I bet you felt like the man right
I
there.
did because like I
You
would have
just gave her that death stare right after, like.
yeah, and I would have said it to her, but like him saying it and just putting her on blast like that, like he was literally like, "Yep, you're like 4 classes behind him," and I was just
Damn.
like, dude, yes. And then so that was that, but
Yeah, I that was a fun place.
oh yeah,
It was
dude,
a really good. It's a good place.
I remember you'd be
Actually,
bouncing off the walls when you were there.
see, I was a wild child, but besides that, it was a great learning center. I mean, I don't really want to say a great way to.
It was a good school. They were chill, and they didn't always like get hard on you. Like
it was
they
a great
wanted
community.
to help you. Yeah,
It wasn't like a big ass school where you could get lost and like stressed and
yeah. I'd be like late to class because the way it was all your classes were in like one room. It was just a big, huge open room.
and everybody. Yeah, it was just.
You got any crazy memories from school time, like high school, or did you? Think
That one
of the
time
most
I gave
evil
you a
thing that's real?
swirly in the toilet.
You ain't giving me no
I'm just
swirly.
playing. Probably. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we used to fuck around in those bathrooms because that place, like you said, that place is like just a big ass room in there, and that was the place that the bathroom was a way for everybody to get away and just fuck around. But then the next year they locked them up or something, or like.
Yeah, they used to think people were selling drugs in there, and so they would like you would need to check in to get in.
Someone used to flood the shit out of the toilet too.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I swear.
No. It wasn't.
That
it was
sounded
a urinal,
incriminating. I really didn't do it, but you're triggering so many. I have like 2 memories from that bathroom. Like, first of all,
I used to just walk in the girls' bathroom and just chill in there. Not to be
be hanging
remember
with the gals or
because you remember like they
your pants are down.
they started doing that thing because we had the transgender that went to our school and they're like, all right, I think it was like a girl that wanted to be. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Bro, chill out.
So I think she wanted to be a guy or something, right? I think.
Guy or something. Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like shitty the way I'm.
No, you're not.
describing this,
You don't
but,
sound
like,
shitty. You wanted to be a guy.
it was a female wanted to be a guy.
Yeah.
She wanted to use the boys' bathroom, and so the boys and girl bathroom was just in everybody's bathroom.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying now.
Yeah,
You weren't like breaking the rules and being
Oh no,
weird.
no, no.
I do remember we had a lady that wanted to be a boy, and I'm pretty sure we had a wolf. Like
A human
you
wolf?
remember- Yeah, she wore a tail and like ears and
I
everything.
remember that.
No shame, be animal. I don't.
What is that called again? You told me
Can
that
I
word
say
before.
that you shouldn't be an animal? Is that allowed?
Well, you can be anything you
I
want
mean,
to
you
be
can.
now.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be, whatever you love, whatever you feel comfortable with. But like,
Yeah.
is it super productive to be like a wolf? I'm assuming you probably grow out of being an animal, but no problem with it. Anyway, so yeah, there was
You go from an animal to a badass bitch.
to a badass bitch, but like surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, they had the bathrooms locked off because they thought people were selling in there and shit. And I
Yeah.
remember one time, some kid just like told the teachers as a joke that there were drugs in the ceiling, or maybe there really were. But I just remember they spent all day just crawling through the ceilings, lifting up floor like tiles and shit, like just hoping they found some drugs, and they never did. I think some guy just wanted to waste their time, but. There was another time in that bathroom where this was bad. I had just gotten out of the principal's office. Like, we were talking about something. I don't even remember what. He was slightly mad at me for some reason. but it wasn't that heated of a conversation. Like, it was just, we talked about something where he was a little mad. And so I leave the principal's office and I go into the bathroom. And I'm sitting in there. I'm such a bad person. I'm sitting in there and I'm like looking at the mirror, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like washing my hands or something. I stop washing my hands. I'm looking in the mirror. I promise. I just put my hands down on the sink and kind of low key leaned on it. Not like hard, like but like I was just like, you know how you do. Like, I have my hands on the sink, just looking at myself like I was in a movie or a game or something. Are you watching Snapchat right now?
No.
You're fired.
You're
fired.
I got a message that do you
You're
have
fired.
I had to see
You're
why.
fired.
I had to see why.
Whatever, dude. All right. So anyway,
God.
I'm kind of leaning on the sink, like low key, not hard, not trying to do anything. Sink breaks.
I've had that happen.
Completely smashes, like falls apart, like water spraying everywhere.
Oh, that would be
apart.
fucked.
Like the whole sink.
That would be
off.
fucked. Oh, that was a little
Beep.
bit.
And then so everybody hears it, and Mr. Bluevall comes rushing in,
Bro.
and he sees me standing next to the sink, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. Before I even got the words out, he's out the bathroom. So he's probably just reporting me to the authorities. And then the principal comes in and he starts like bringing me out to talk to me. He's like, I know that we just had a discussion that you may not have liked, but you don't need to break property. And I was like, dude, I swear to God, I'm not mad. I wasn't even mad at you. I didn't break this. This was totally on accident. I'm pretty sure I told him exactly how it happened because once again, I'm 100% innocent. I was lightly had my hands on the sink, kind of leaning on it, and it just smashes. And he thought that I literally like was trying to break it.
Yeah, like you were pissed at the school or something.
Yeah, so I had to like explain to him. I was like, dude, I promise I didn't break this on purpose. And he eventually believed me. And then
that would be so. I hate that. I hate that type of situation because, dude, trying to convince someone and they're just straight telling you you're lying and you're like, bro, I don't know what to fucking.
You have to think about like, okay, if I was lying, how would I sound?
Yeah.
And I need to sound the opposite of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you end up pretty much saying the same thing. It's like, I didn't do it. Like, I really didn't. And so
it's like, yo, bro, I brought in the sledgehammer. I hit it real
Yeah,
quick and
I
I
got the
flushed
hammer
it down
on my
the
trunk.
toilet. Actually, no, it's in top of the ceiling. I'm sorry, bro. I keep lying.
And there was one time, last school memory. There was one time. This was probably the highlight of my life. I was leaving class. It was the last class of the day. Everybody was running to the bus lobby. You know how in Thomas they all swarm out.
Yeah.
And all day I had this Jawbone speaker in my backpack. I used to have this sick like Jawbone speaker. It looked like a big brick, and it was just all speaker, and it got so loud. And I had played music here and there throughout the day, but didn't really get away with much. And then at the end of the day, we're all walking to the bus lobby, and I'm on the other side of the school. So I queue up Hate Being Sober or Love Sosa, one of those songs.
Yeah.
And I just put the speaker in my backpack, put it on full blast. It starts playing, and dude, everybody was into it. Like, they just started like rapping along with it. Yeah, dude, everybody was just chanting and fucking singing along with it, and they started all like, I mean, they were going the same way I was, but like, I had like a swarm behind me.
Yeah.
I was moshing through the school, and it felt so cool. It felt like I was in a movie. I had the music blasting, everybody's into it, and like, and it gets better. Like, I took it outside to the bus lobby, music's still blaring, everybody's getting lit, and then who picks me up from school? Colin. What's he driving? The Challenger.
Oh my gosh.
So he pulls up in the Challenger. I get in with my speaker still playing. Everybody's loving it, I think. And then And then as we're about to drive off, Mr. Gordon comes up to the car and he's like, you can't be doing that. What, causing a commotion. He's like, I don't love Sosa. I like being sober. Something like that. And so he's like yelling at me, and then I think I was like a total douchebag. Like I was an angry kid at points, so I was probably just like, dude, fuck you. And then like I was like, Colin, skirt off.
Yeah, I was gonna say
ripped
that.
off, which it was fun, but like looking back, I was probably kind of a dick. He's just trying to do his job, but Gordon and me went back and forth. Sometimes
He's trying to do his job. You're just trying to be a kid. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what teachers need to remember. Is like you're trying to do your job by enforcing rules, right? But you remember a part of your childhood is breaking those rules, testing boundaries, doing fun shit. Because you can't be doing shit like this when you're 30. Like, if you're still acting like a kid when you're that old, you're going to be like a lot of these motherfuckers right now who just party all the time because they didn't get it out of their system when they were younger. Like, so you got to understand that kids are going to be kids, and like sometimes like they're going to want to have a good time, and there's little you can do to stop it.
Damn.
And if you try and stop it real hard, you're gonna get some opposite reactions. Because the kids who had the parents who were like, you messed up this one time, now you can't leave you have to be in bed by 8 o'clock, and you can't see any friends until summer, maybe not even summer. You can't play this, you can't listen to that. Those kids are doing crack now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it bounces back. I mean, not all of them, but it's like, you gotta let kids be kids. Like what you said.
Honestly, though, but dude, we gotta go skateboarding.
Oh, I miss skateboarding. That was so fun, and you put me onto that.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember that one time? It was like one of the first times we were out skating as friends and shit. And I mean, we never skated not as friends, but we were skating one of the first times. I was new to it. And you were like, let's go bomb this hill. And me being a beginner skateboarder, I was like, oh, hell yeah, sure, sounds fun.
Dude, I love bombing hills, dude.
I do too, now. But at the time, I knew nothing about what was to come. And so we bombed this steep-ass hill, and I start getting speed wobbles.
Oh, those are the
Speed
worst.
wobbles will get you killed. It's when you're riding your skateboard, and if it goes too fast, it starts going like, and you can't stop.
Your whole body's like, whoa.
Yeah, you're weaving. It's like you're drunk driving or something. Yeah. And so on top of that, there's this sewer grate that's coming up. And I didn't know how it would work on a skateboard. I thought if I went over that, I'm going to fuck myself up and like flip. Like I'll hit the divot in the ground and then I
start flying
or something like that. I was like, I got to avoid that, even though I have these speed wobbles that I don't know how to stop. And so I go to turn around it, and right as I do, the board just flies out from underneath me, and I do like a barrel roll. Like I flipped twice. You remember this?
Yeah.
I was down this hill, and I flipped and just rolled my ass down.
Is that when you kind of like went into the lawn a little bit? Like went up, you like...
I know that you'd remember this time. It wasn't in the lawn. I landed in the pavement.
Was it the pavement? I swear. Was this another time then?
This was the hill that's right on the way to Family Video.
Oh, yeah. This is a different
in that
time.
nice
Way
neighborhood.
Time. Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember the first thing I remember seeing after being in the air and rolling was looking up, and you were bursting out laughing.
Bro, I used to laugh. That was one thing. I used to crack up laughing when people got hurt, and I don't know why.
As long as they're not hurt.
No, not like
it's hilarious.
But like, yeah, it's just a way to Because I used to laugh when I got hurt. I just bust out.
One time I saw you get hurt, and I chuckled a little bit, but then I felt pretty bad because we had this whole skate day planned out.
Yeah.
You remember this? It was in the very beginning.
We had a lot of skate days, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. Bro, I hope the camera got that. I just tried to put the drink down, and it landed directly on top of my other drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it almost just fucked everything up. But
damn.
I need to time my drinks better. But anyway, we had this whole skate day planned out. It was we were gonna skate downtown and do record videos, and because I used to record your skate videos, and the first trick you wanted to do and record was at the library right by the Kilbourne, and you wanted to do this set of stairs, and you went to like kickflip over it, and first couple times I think you did it fine, and then on this one time you went and you landed on your ankle. So you
Literally
bent it and like broke.
it was
your
folded, bro, and I landed.
and so you got hurt, and like we
You heard it. It was
pretty
like,
quickly. You were gonna need to like go to the doctor. What?
I just put my teeth and my lips
You
on.
always be kissing the
I
mic.
know.
You're good, bro. It can't sue you. But anyway, can mics give consent? Anyway, so your shit was fucked up, and we had to wait for you to get picked up so we could go to the hospital, and it ruined this whole skate day. But the funny thing was, while we were waiting, we found this wheelchair right next. Was it a wheelchair or was it
I think it was like an office
chair like this? Yeah, you're right. And we just carted you around on that, your little crippled ass.
That was fun.
I mean, it was fun
Made me
as a
forget about
memory.
the pain.
Oh yeah, but as the whole thing, I remember being so upset, like, because we had this whole day planned out, got our little skate outfits
I want to
on.
find that video.
I have the video of you doing it before you broke your shit. Because in the video, aren't I wearing like pajama pants?
Something like that, bro.
So one more time.
Ask, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm not touching your
so
wee-wee.
sus with that shit.
Oh god. All right. Anyway, pick a note, any note. We're into the note segment. Damn, bro, there's fiberglass in this for sure. I hope all is well with those at home. Enjoy your day and love you. Well, take a second to take a breather in this intermission while Marquise picks a note. He likes to take a lot of time.
So what the fuck is oh, never mind. Yeah, let's talk about it. Cedar Point sex parties
All right. Well,
and Dad's attempt.
yeah, I was Dad attempted to enter this orgy at Cedar Point. No,
Straight to it.
no. So I was just reminiscing the other day because I've been here so much with good old Bob, and I was thinking about there was this one time we used to always go to Cedar Point like every summer with my mom, like me and my mom, my brother, and then we'd each bring somebody, and so my dad wanted to get in on this fun, or we wanted him to get in on it. But he knew subconsciously he can't handle roller coasters. He's got like this inner ear issue where he gets nauseous and dizzy and which is sad. Yeah, and so he was like, fuck it, I'll try anyway. And so he took me and Colin to Cedar Point, and we went on like one ride. It was okay. He was a little woozy afterwards. And we're like, all right, let's try this one. This is our favorite ride. And we go on the Millennium Force. Is that what it is?
The sounds.
Yeah, Millennium Force. It's like one of the best rides at Cedar Point. It's like I think it's the highest, like,
you would take him on that.
Or something like that. So we took him on this. We genuinely weren't trying to fuck him up. We were just like, if you can get through this, you can get through whatever today. And so we go on this roller coaster. It's fun for us. Then we get off. And we immediately see Dad is wounded. He's like wobbling, and he's like, I don't feel good. And so we take him to this bench right outside the exit of the roller coaster, and we're like, all right, just chill here. Do you want us to get you anything? We like get him a water or something, and we come back, and there's already his breakfast is displayed out right behind him on the bench. He had vomited. He was not feeling good. And this is where it gets kind of sad. He was like, it's so early in the day. I'll just chill here. You guys ride a couple rides. So most kids, if you're a decent person, you're going to be like, I can't enjoy these rides. Well, you're sick and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's so we're like, we humored him, and we're like, all right, we'll ride a couple rides. So we ride literally probably like 2 rides really quick. And then we go back, and he's still laying on the bench. And you know what's fucked up is I don't think anybody checked on him.
Oh, damn.
Like, you would think after all that time, if he's laying on the bench, I mean, he
Yeah.
probably tried to keep himself together so that.
Are you okay, buddy?
Or like a not that he needed it, and he probably wouldn't let them do it anyway. But like a medic, like
Yeah.
come by and like hydrate him or something.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, no one did. I don't think. And so we get back and we're like, all right, let's get out of here. Like, you're not feeling good. It's all right. We still have fun. Like, thank you for doing all this. It was a great time.
Yeah, of course.
And so we're driving back, and on the way back, like halfway, he had to stop again to puke, because that's how bad it is. It wasn't just like right after the ride he's sick. It's like fucks him up for the day. And so he had to stop in the middle of the road, and he just pukes in the closest grass patch there is. And he looks up, and it's just in somebody's front yard. And so they see, and they like walk out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're pretty cool though. And they like gave him water and everything.
Oh,
gave us a
okay.
couple water bottles.
there's
and
the
some
help.
Tums. Yeah, finally. And so yeah, he puked at somebody's lawn.
Nice.
So that's the first half. Second half is going to Cedar Point for so long and like being there so many times. I've gotten to know some dark secrets of Cedar Point and talking to people. Did you know? First of all, the workers of Cedar Point, they sleep there usually.
Yeah.
So there's like neighborhoods around there that some of them I'm sure go home, but a lot of them will just spend, like, they'll sleep on in the hotels for the summer and just spend their summers at Cedar Point working and shit. So there's these groups of workers that will be in these hotels at night, and they get bored. And what I've heard is there's like big orgies that go on.
You heard?
I've heard that
Bro,
from many
what?
people. There's like Cedar Point orgies with the workers, which it may be more than it sounds like. Like, it's just workers intermingling and
I'm gonna look that up on Pornhub. Cedar Point orgy.
Cedar Point orgy. Oh, I hear you've been into orgies lately, but nah. It's so I've heard that from a bunch of people that they just get it on all together and get in a big fucking fuck pile.
Damn.
But
Man.
so that's the Cedar Point orgies. Pick another one.
That's what I'm about to do.
Picky. Pick another one. Good app. This is a nice scenery.
What's Stray and then Dashbot?
Well, I mean, my dad plays the cat game, and he's enjoying being a little kitty cat. And
Cologne Man?
this is a little one. I was in Chipotle the other day, and this is so little and kind of shitty that I even remember it. But I was buying a burrito, as I do. Double wrap burrito, steak, white rice, cheese, sour cream, light hot sauce, corn. Now I want Chipotle.
Mm-hmm.
Double wrap burrito. That's important, because if you're
Their
gonna
meat
get
just be too tenders or too I don't
too
know.
tenders, you just give up mid sentence.
Yeah, it just be too much sometimes. But go ahead.
The two tortillas are very crucial if you're getting a burrito, because not only do I need all of the carbs, all of that. Their tortillas are great, but also the burrito with one tortilla, it falls apart. It goes kaput. Like, I can't tell you how many burritos I've had like burst at the seams and like start dripping.
Oh, dude, that's the worst one.
Crazy
Sauce
substances
just
on me.
dripping.
Yeah, I don't want a dripping
Or the
burrito.
grease and shit.
And so I wrap it twice. Don't do that with condoms, kids. Friction is your enemy. But anyway, I was buying a burrito, and this guy takes my order, pay as you do, and I do my little trick. I'm sorry, technical difficulties. Hopefully we don't get shut off by the government again. Maybe my battery camera is full. We don't know. But anyway, that didn't happen. So we were talking about Chipotle.
Yeah.
I get burritos, double wrap, all that shit. And so the note that you read that got me talking about Chipotle was the Cologne Man, right?
Yeah.
And so, I bought the burrito, and I'm like, hey, can I get a water cup? And you always get a water cup, and they should always be free unless you're working with, dictators or communists or something, because water cups should always be free. So you get a free water cup,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, but I put pop in it. I don't.
So
It's costing like
stealing.
27 cents. I will admit that I do tend to put other liquids other than water in my water cup. So anyway, I was getting the burrito in the water cup, and I went to go fill up my drink, and I was doing that, and then the Chipotle worker walks over to me, like from around the corner, and I'm like, oh shit, he's about to yell at me for doing the water cup thing,
Yeah.
and
Sweet.
suspense. And so he walks up to me, and I'm like, fuck, he's gonna yell at me, and then he's like, dude, I'm not trying to be weird, but are you wearing some kind of cologne right now? And I'm like, oh, thank God. Yeah, I am. What's up? And he's like, dude, I love that cologne. What is it called? I've got to know. Like, he was like super into it. And I was like, oh, thank you. It's actually a cologne that I just recently got for my birthday. It's called Versace Euros Flame, which is what it's called. It's my favorite cologne I've had by far.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just walked up to me and he was like compliment me on the cologne, and he wanted to know what it was called so he could get it. But all right.
Yeah, I got it in my car. You want to squirt?
Yeah. You wanna spray some on me? I spray some on you. We get naked. What?
What?
Check out
You
the
said
book.
back to my crib?
Check out the book.
Fucking weirdo.
There's nothing weird about being gay, Marquise. Come on now. We're in 2024.
Bob said we're dying. We're dying.
You keep picking the little ones. So that was just a random thought I had. Like,
Hey, you
back-
want a bigger one?
you look for a bigger one, and I'll explain what Bob says we're dying is. I would just be like, I think it was something like, hey, Bob, how are you doing? And he'd be like, I'm dying. And I was like, don't say that. You're not dying. He's like, we're all dying. So that's just pretty much what that is.
All right,
would
so
just be like-
Subway drunk.
Bro. Okay, so there's a Subway drunk, and then there's another Subway thing. I want to start with the other Subway thing first.
Okay.
Did you know? I can't talk too much about this and spend too much time on it because another podcast is how I found out about it. But Subway is doing a promotion where if you get a foot long, like a Subway tattoo on your body, free subs for life.
What?
Yeah.
I'll do that right now.
Well, here's the thing. They have like different levels. I thought it was insane. I was like actually kind of tempted right when I heard about it. Because I don't hate on Subway too much. I know they say, oh, sugar in the bread, it's not real. Well, okay, I grew up on it. It's better than Quiznos to me. I'll fuck with some Subway. And so I was like, oh, that's sick. And there's like different levels to it apparently. So the lifetime free subs, that's a tattoo that is like 12 by 12 inches. Like a foot long tattoo. So it's gonna be like fucking a big tattoo. But you can get it anywhere, and they'll give you free subs for life. And then
That is a big ass fucking tattoo.
think of that. Apparently, it's 12 by 12, but that doesn't sound right. I think it's just supposed to be like a foot long.
Yeah.
So you have to get a foot long tattoo, and then you get free subs for life. But you can also it's like free subs for the month, and you can get a small tattoo, like anywhere, like on your
I do that
leg
because
or
I don't need
something.
subs for a year. I can take a sub for a month.
Yeah, you get free subs for a month, which is sick. And then there's like free subs for a year, and that's like somewhere in between the two, where you get like a decently sized tattoo and you can pick where it is. But some of them, like they tell you it doesn't work unless you have it this place or this place. So can you imagine you get like a huge ass
Wrong
Subway tattoo and they're like,
area.
it's the wrong place, you don't get it.
Bro, how does that
Come
even
on,
count?
dude. Yeah, it should count no matter what.
On me.
Yeah, if it's on me, that means that if I'm having sex, somebody's going to see it. So that's the only reason you should really care.
Honestly,
this may sound fucked up, but it's the only reason you should really care about how seriously you take your tattoos is A, how are people going to view me seeing this in public?
Yeah.
But then B, if it's somewhere that's going to be covered by clothes or could be covered by clothes, then the only really other concern you should have is, okay, at some point I'm going to want to get serious with a person, and have sex, and then I won't be able to be taken seriously if it's too stupid.
Well, if you have a sleeve and you put Subway in it,
That's true.
you won't really.
Yeah, it blends in and everything.
Yeah. Get a sign that says Subway, eat fresh.
Where's your favorite like place to get a sub? There's like Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Mike's is your answer? Yeah, Subway, Quiznos, Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's.
John's.
They're just so fresh.
Charlie's counts. Jersey. I was late to the Jersey Mike's train, but yes, they're sick. What do you get there? Because the people at home are dying to know. You a cold cut guy, or you like the
Cold
hot
cup,
sub?
I'm trying to think of what number and what it is, but it's basically just Italian out of bacon and then extra fucking dressing.
Yes.
Or I don't think it comes with it, but I try to put oil on it. Yeah.
I get the number 9. It's the Club Supreme, I think.
Oh, you fucking.
It comes with like turkey and roast beef,
Oh, you're not.
cheese, and lettuce,
No,
and
but that.
bro,
Nah.
I can't look at roast beef the same way after you know that
hit that
you know
one
that
girl?
meme.
What?
Fuck you. You know that meme? They won't hear us. Fuck you. Fuck you. Bro. That meme where it's like there's 2 types of women, and it's like the sub with like a tiny bit of turkey that you can barely see in between the bread, and then there's a sub with like meat just flapping out.
Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah,
before.
changed my view.
You
on
like
roast
the
beef.
meat flopping out.
It depends on my.
Not
my
being
appetite.
against it, but that's Julian's favorite.
A vagina's a vagina.
Yeah.
We love all women of all shapes and sizes. Roast beef, turkey, white bread, Italian bread. It's all good. But I don't fuck with women that are
Well, you just put it in that perspective.
herbs and cheese. I don't want my women with herbs and cheese. I don't know what that means, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. I don't want to know what
Pick
that
a
means.
note. We're going.
All right, you ready?
You got to pick like 1 or 2 more notes. You got one? Right off the top of the dome? What? I don't know why the camera stopped. That was weird. Now it's going to stop again. Pick a fucking note.
I was thinking.
You don't got time to think unless you want to edit that out.
Oh, bro, I got already a lot of editing to do. Don't even
I know, bro. You're a hard worker.
Let's do. Bro, we did them all. GTA 6.
Did we really do them all?
Yeah.
Well, GTA 6 is sick.
Wooden door floating.
Oh, dude, that one's good. I'm super excited for the new GTA because obviously we've all been anyone who owns a PlayStation or any gaming system and plays games, about GTA, and you're waiting.
Like 3 years off.
Literally, you need all the time in the world, and it sounds so awesome. They just released a bunch of information about it, and it's like, number one, the coolest thing of it is it's set in Miami. So pretty much like a Florida, a fictionalized Florida, and the area around it and all that. But also, dude, they're going to be adding cities. So like adding whole new locations that you can go to at whenever you want regularly. So the game could start with just Florida or whatever, and then say a couple years later, you got Florida, New York, L.A., Chicago.
That would be
Alabama,
and you could
like
fly to the different. Bro, that would be.
Unfortunately,
sweet.
I feel like it'll. I doubt that they're gonna be adding to the length of the map.
I think it would
I feel like it's gonna be like
scene and then
it's gonna be like when you change characters and you like zoom out and then now I'm in.
No way! It has to be an open ass. I feel like it's gonna be open as fuck.
Yeah, dude,
I think it's gonna
really
be the biggest
excited.
map, the biggest game, or the game with the biggest map.
Think about it, dude. They're going to take everything they did right with Red Dead Redemption 2, which was so much, and then they're going to combine that with what they did right with GTA 5. Yeah. And it's just going to be such a clean game. Like, I bet you're going to be able to hunt just like in Red Dead. Like, because they always take...
Well, they added the animals to GTA 5. Like,
you can't really... It's like, you shoot them, they drop dead. There's not really much to do
you can't, like, gut them and shit like how you...
Yeah, and I feel like there's going to be more types of animals, first of all.
Yeah.
Because in GTA 5, what is it? Like, there's just cougars that can kill you, right? Because like
Yeah.
I bet in this, I mean, it's Florida.
Bears and
It's
shit,
Florida.
gators.
You already know there's gonna be gators for sure. Florida, sure. Florida.
Bro, the cars, bro, are gonna be. That's my
so
favorite part.
sick.
Is the cars about.
And it's just so it excites me so much to think like they're gonna be adding cities, and I love their maps are really important to me in games. Like when there's
You know what they need to do?
what
They need to come up with, all the people who like take after a game's been sitting for so long. You got those people who remake it basically, like the whole, like switch everything.
I've actually been
They
watching
need to get
a
a
video
group.
about a guy who remade Hit and Run, the Simpsons game. But go on.
Oh, I watched that too.
Yeah, dude,
Like
it's
fully
sick.
remade it.
Yeah, like he goes step by step. Like I
Yeah.
just added the map and the characters and the cars.
They need to take a whole bunch of the people, like a group of people who do that, and just have them make a video game.
Or like have them like be like you get like people who play the game but also know how to make shit like that.
Yeah.
And you get a whole team of them and be like, all right, we're letting the players decide the next map that we're adding. So like these people that play the game that aren't working for Rockstar, they bring them in and they're like, here, you guys can help build this next map.
That would be fucking sweet. Or like, bro, yeah, just either or, dude. Honestly,
Here's another thing. This is
an open ass world game.
yeah.
It's like-
I love open world games are my favorite type. But another thing that is so exciting if they pull it off. There's supposed to be the most buildings that you can go into out of any GTA game before.
Seeing every
So,
building you think you.
Probably not every building, but probably a lot of them. So think about that. Like you're gonna have the freedom to just
like a
walk
mall?
up and yeah, exactly. There'll definitely be a mall for sure.
Oh,
Because there's famous malls in Miami that they'll want to add, and so there's gonna be like malls you can walk into. And I'm sorry, but my brain immediately goes to we're having shootouts in the mall, and like office buildings and like more corner stores and shit.
the shit they started adding at the end of GTA 5 is fucking insane. So I'm just imagining that GTA 6 is gonna be
Nuts.
nuts. Yeah.
Dude, and you know what pisses me off? Before I had ever played GTA, my friends would like they would tell me stuff like to get me hype about it because I was never able to play it because my parents didn't let me for the longest time.
Yeah.
And
Me
so
too.
I remember people literally telling me, "Oh, GTA is crazy. You can go into any building and you can just." I remember some guy literally said, "You can go into an office building and like rob an office building." And then I play the game and it's sick, but you can't do any of that. You can't walk into hardly
GTA
any
4 was
buildings.
kinda like almost like that. Like you could.
Missions maybe, but I don't think there were any buildings in
Not any-
GTA 4 you could just walk into.
I'm thinking of the police station where you could. It was like a building or like a. It looked like a normal ass building looking.
In GTA 5, there was that one building that you could hack into. Like, it was like a glitch. And you could get... And then I think they made it a real thing. But there was a way you could glitch into the... What is it? The FIB building.
Yeah.
And you could walk around in that, like, top floor and everything. But, yeah, dude, it's going to be sick. I'm so excited for that game.
Me too. I'm very excited.
But the problem is...
And that game is. Oh my.
They're saying that the earliest, unrealistically, earliest we could get it is next year, but that's not going to happen. The
I was
people at
thinking
Rock
2025.
That's okay. So they released a statement saying pretty much you should expect it in 2023 or 2024. But then there's also an interview they did with workers at Rockstar,
Yeah.
and the workers were like, "Don't listen to that. It's the very least 2 years." I hope 2024. I don't want them to rush it. I want it to be good. But, like, dude, it's been what? I mean, next year it'll be 10 years.
2013, right, is
Yeah.
when GTA 5 came out.
So next year it'll be 10 years since that game came out. And I've been excited for it since GTA 5. But it's just going to be so sick.
That's wild to think about is, like, they've had 10 years to think about it, or to start it. And when do you think they actually started making it? Because, like, if they started working on it after GTA 5 came out, you know how, like, much you would have to switch up from all the time that has just passed by, and, like, all the newer shit.
The advancements in
Yeah.
technology. Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because what I've heard is that they've started and scrapped it a couple different times.
See,
So they like started the game and they were like, never mind, and erased it and then started again.
yeah.
And apparently it's loosely based off of Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh yeah.
So there's a guy character you can play as and a girl character you can play as, and that's what they've like. This is official stuff. It's not just like, oh, this is a leak that might be true.
Yeah.
No, it's like Rockstar said. It's like loosely based off of Bonnie and Clyde, but that makes me wonder: is it going to be modern day or is it going to be Bonnie and Clyde time, which is like I think the 50s? So, what would you be?
But then I feel like
would
I'd
you
be
want?
playing like Mafia.
Yeah, like the Mafia vibe.
Yeah.
But it's GTA, so it's better. And I think Mafia was made by Rockstar actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
But would you prefer modern day or like
Modern
50s?
day all day.
Yeah, I think so too. Because you want the cars. I don't think they're gonna do a 50s GTA.
I wouldn't mind the old cars either, but I feel like it's pretty cool to live in this time while playing a video game in this time. You know, like.
And the other thing is, and this
a lot of things are based off of older times. Like all the war games is based off of, most of them are based off of the older wars and like I said, Mafia, and then you got like Red Dead, yeah, and then you got
we've had enough of it.
Yeah, but then I also didn't like the futuristic stuff with like Advanced Warfare or.
If you're doing
Black Ops 3 was pretty cool, but like I didn't like the whole jumping stuff as much.
If you're doing future, you have to pull it off really well. I feel like you have to go way into the future to where it's like crazy and it's clean and looks cool, or don't do it at all. Like I don't like how Call of Duty Black Ops was like, it's the future, and then you play it and it's like 2028. It's like that's not the future. I'm thinking like 2200 or whatever the hell.
Damn.
But what was I gonna? Oh yeah, and if it's an old game, you're constricted to the stuff that existed at that time. But if you make a game that's set in modern times, you can always have the stuff that's in the old times, but also with the modern times. Like if you're in a modern game, you can still have old style cars, you can still have old style guns, but in the past you can't get stuff from the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hope they do modern and none of that future shit, please. But all right, we'll cut this. What?
What if? Sorry, but like, what if they did like a moon update or something?
A moon?
Like you go to a different
Like
planet.
one of the maps is the moon?
Yeah, or like you go to space. You go to. Say they added SpaceX in there, right? You can go take a trip up to space and like go on to a different planet for a little bit.
If it's just an additional
Or
option.
not a little bit, but go on to a different planet and then you can come back, to Earth and go to different cities and stuff like I don't know.
If it's just an additional option, that's cool. But I don't want only in fucking outer space. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want both.
Yeah.
I want none at all. But last thing before we cut this off. By the way, Nope was sick. Go watch it. But should I save this? It's tempting to save it because it's completely unrelated. But you know what? Fuck it. There was this one time, story time, guys. There was this one time, I was at my friend's house. They had a pool, and I was at my girlfriend at the time's house. They had a pool. It's so weird. A lot of my stories involve past girlfriends. I'm sorry, but we were fucking around in the pool one day, just bored, and if you swim for long enough, it's like okay, well, swimming's kind of gotten old. And then we start wondering, like, oh, what kind of weird shit can we do to the pool to make it, like, extra fun? Oh, you got a trampoline? Throw that bitch in the pool. And so, like, we were bouncing up and down on the trampoline in the pool, which was so fun. And, like, kind of random and pointless, but it was still, like, cool. And we were fucking around with that for a while, ruined the trampoline pretty much. And then we got sick of that. And then we found this, like, old door. Like a door that came off the hinges, and they just had it laying in the garage.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, sick. And so we took this door and threw it in the pool.
Oh shit.
And we were like using it as like a floaty.
Yeah, like a little
And
rock.
like a little island and shit. And so we would fuck around with the door and like throw it around and jump onto it and try and stand and all that. It was super fun. And then eventually the door started sinking because water was
Waterlogging.
it was getting waterlogged and it would start sinking. And so someone had the genius idea to pull it out and try and get the water out. So how do you get the water out?
Press it. No.
Oh, press it? That doesn't work. How about we get a knife and start stabbing the door, and then we lift it up and the water pours out. That's what these people had the idea to do. They thought that would be smart.
Why don't you just cut it in half and let it pour out that way?
I mean, you could do that, but that's going to take a lot of cutting. So they just started stabbing it. Now, one thing I'm noticing, the more like as I'm talking about it now, if you stab it to get the water out, that just makes it easier for more water to get back in.
Yeah.
Because it's got holes in it that the water came out of.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're still stabbing the door. And I went upstairs to like go to the bathroom or something. And then I come downstairs and they're stabbing the door. And then I hear a scream. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And I go downstairs and my girlfriend at the time, her hand's just leaking blood. Like practically squirting, and it's like pouring down her arm and everything. She's bleeding. She's like, I cut myself, and she was just leaking everywhere, just because she was like stabbing the door, and the knife slipped, and then just slit her fingers.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, nice job.
Yeah.
Like I had to go with like dad mode or whatever, and like start bandaging up and shit. But that was just a random story. I remember that day. It was really fun.
That's wild.
Playing on a door in the pool with the trampoline. But anyways, guys, it was a fun one. We love you.
Love you.
This has been episode 24 of the Scheuneman Show, and we are tuning out in 3, 2, 1. Ciao.